Okay, let's continue our lecture. For this module is concerning the application layer. So let's look at again our protocol stack. Okay, this is a comparison between the OSI model, 7-layer model protocol stack, and also the TCP/IP model. Okay, so kalau kita compare kan TCP/IP dengan di OSI model, application layer untuk TCP/IP basically dia combine kan 3 layers in the OSI model, which is the application, presentation, and also session. Okay, so basically this is the application layer ni basically adalah the first layer yang users interact with. So basically dia adalah interface between the applications for the users yang guna and also the underlying layers. So for example your transport and network layer. Okay, so kita tengok beberapa protokol yang ada di application layers lah. So the next layer is presentation layer. So ada 3 primary functions. So first is formatting or presentation lah, macam nama dia. So basically we want to make sure that the data at the source is being presented in a format that is compatible for the destination. So kita nak sesuaikan lah dalam encoding apa, for example. Okay, so kita pakai bahasa yang difahami oleh the source and the destination. The next function is compression. So macam nama dia lah, is basically again dia ada kena mengena dengan encoding of that data dalam format yang betul dan dalam supaya dia mendapat size yang difahami oleh destination. The next one is encrypting. It's basically you want to make sure that the data is secure. Once we put in a proper format, now we can make additional security measures to make sure that the data is securely transmitted. Next is the session layer. Okay, so session ni ada kena mengena dengan synchronize of the dialogue. Dialogue maksudnya selalunya kita ada macam back and forth kan, macam dalam conversation ada one party hantar and then the next party acknowledge and then the next party pula hantar. So we need to maintain this dialogue. Kita kena keep track of this dialogue ataupun session. So the tugas untuk keep track itulah di session layer. Okay, so dah tiga layer tu punya function tadi kita bundlekan dalam application layer untuk TCP/IP. Right, so dalam application layer ada macam-macam protocols lah. Okay, tetapi contohlah yang common, contohnya adalah DNS, DHCP and also the web. Alright, so masing-masing akan ada dia punya own transport layer dan dia punya port number. For example, untuk DNS dia boleh gunakan both TCP and UDP. Okay, and then dia punya port number, well known port number adalah 53. Alright, so this protocol function dia adalah untuk the translation of domain names. Because basically sebenarnya cara kita communicate when we use the TCP/IP, the addressing is numbers kan, tetapi humans lebih senang ingat nama. Jadi DNS is used to translate between the actual IP address to a particular domain name. Okay, so ada lagi kita dah tengok DHCP sebelum ni, and also what you use daily, you use HTTP to access any web services. So it's using TCP and the port number usually is 80 or 8080 lah. Alright, so these are only some of the examples protocol dekat application layer. Sebenarnya macam-macam protokol yang you gunakan, for example in your daily life lah, you boleh Google juga sebenarnya. Okay, tengok satu contoh application of the application layer protocols. Right, so for example kita ada konsep or architecture of peer-to-peer. So berbeza dengan client server model, for example DNS, DHCP, web tadi, kita ada client server model. Right, so the client, dia akan initiate the communication dengan requesting something, for example requesting for a web page, then the server akan respond dengan whatever information yang being requested. So a little bit different dengan peer-to-peer architecture. It's basically becoming both a server and a client. Jadi any device yang being connected to a network, if they understand peer-to-peer, that means they can change roles lah. They can be a server to some and be a client to another. So they both can request and reply according to any particular services lah yang relevant. Okay, so mostly mungkinlah application ini yang lebih ramai pengguna when everybody is connected to the network, because we are able to exchange our resources. Okay, so ni some of the application yang menggunakan peer-to-peer, tapi ni mungkinlah a little bit old kan. Tapi yang baru kalau mungkin kamu berminat is basically dalam blockchain kan. Kita gunakan resources of all the hosts yang connected to the internet to do some processing of the blockchain. So kita buat mathematical problems dan keeping track of the transactions. Itu kita dah boleh deliver kita punya resources tu, jadikan a proof of work kan, dan dia contribute kepada the whole blockchain network, right. So that's how attractive peer-to-peer architecture is. Okay, so some other applications in the application stack ni adalah contoh web and email protocols. I will not go deeper because I think these are quite well known protocols, but I expect you to do a little bit of reading lah daripada material yang ada dekat NetAcad. So for example, here we have HTTP and SMTP, POP and also IMAP. Then we also have IP addressing services yang saya dah sentuh tadi. For example, service untuk resolve IP address dengan domain name, which is DNS. Okay. Then also we have DHCP, which is basically service untuk dynamically allocatekan IP addressing kepada host. So ini juga I expect you to understand the process lah. Basically, we don't need to go into detail, but you need to know. For example here, saya suka sebut ni sebab ada nama saya lah. DHCP messages adalah DORA, discover, offer, request and acknowledge. So at least lah on the surface you guys should know the process of DHCP operation. Okay, macam DNS tadi, what are the process to resolve from the IP address and also the domain name. Okay, contohlah di sini kita ada a server. Okay, server dan dia dipanggil root level domain and top level domain. So macam kita ada top level domain .com, .org, .net dan sebagainya. So ada server-server yang boleh bagi reply what are the actual IP address for a particular domain, for example .com, ataupun kalau dia tak boleh bagi IP address, dia akan paskan IP address server yang boleh bagi jawapan. So dia macam ada cycle lah, ataupun kita panggil recursive. Jadi bila kita sesuatu mesin atau host, katalah kita nak pergi ke satu domain yang sebelum ni tak pernah jumpa, kita baru kali pertama kita type dekat URL, okay, for example www.adora.com lah for example, and your default gateway tak ada information mengenai apa IP address of adora.com. Jadi dia kena hantar request DNS inquiry untuk siapa yang tahu apa IP dia. So dia akan pergi ke top level domain, dan top level domain mungkin akan paskan kepada a particular IP yang boleh bagi jawapan. Alright, so I need you guys to do a little bit of reading regarding the concepts of these protocols lah. So dah bagi kategori protokol dalam application layer dan some of the example protocols. Okay, so sebenarnya ada banyak protokol and you can do some reading lah. Okay, but these are the common protocols that at least you guys should be exposed to. Okay, so that's it for the application layer protocols.